Thanks a lot for joining me. And welcome to my channel. Can we start
Good
with a short
evening, Vikas.
introduction?
Yeah, sure. So, I'm Nikita. I'm a self-taught UI UX designer based in Nepal. I have been in the industry for about 2 years now, and currently I'm working full time as a product designer at this US-based tech company. Talking about my educational background, I did my bachelor's in finance and marketing, and I started designing in the year 2020 during the lockdown. So maybe for others, lockdown was a curse, but for me, lockdown was a boon. So yeah.
So, how did you think of graphic design?
So, like everybody else, during the lockdown of 2020, I had a lot of time in my hands to decide and rethink about my career and my life as a whole. And that is when I realized that finance wasn't really my thing and I wanted to do something new. But I had no idea what exactly I wanted to do. So, I went to the internet and started surfing through it. And that is when I came across graphic designing, and it felt like a really cool skill to have in today's world. So I went to the YouTube and started watching all the tutorials. So firstly I started learning the basics of all the graphic designing software such as Photoshop and Illustrator, and then I gradually started making digital illustrations and did make photo manipulations, and I used to also share my works on social media. And one day one of the celebrities of Nepal, she took her time to share my work on her social media and also appreciated my work. That was really overwhelming. And then one day I got a call from my brother, and he was like, why don't you apply for a graphic designer's job? And I was like, no, I'm not really confident yet, and I don't think that I should get into this professionally because I didn't consider my work really that great to apply for a job. So I just forgot about what he said. Then one day while I was watching the tutorials on graphic designing, I came across this video titled A Day in a Life of a UI UX Designer. And I really found it interesting. So I wanted to learn more about UI UX designing. So I called my brother, and he was really patient and calm enough to explain to me what UI meant and what UX meant. So he took his time and told me about those things. Then I went to the YouTube again and started watching the tutorials on UI and UX, and that is how I got into UI UX designing. Then after some time I realized that watching the YouTube tutorials on UI UX alone wasn't going to help me a lot, and I needed a mentor or a guidance for the UI UX things. So I started going out for internships, and then one day luckily I got internship at this company where they already had a senior UI UX designer. So I joined the company as an intern and did internship for about 3 months, after which I was offered a full-time designer's job by the same company. So I worked in that company for about 14 months, and during these 14 months I got to learn a lot from the senior UI UX designer. I got to learn the basics of designing, the basic principles of designing, and how to use the colors, how to use the fonts. And I also got the chance to try my hands on front end coding, so that was really great. And after some time I really wanted a change of place, so I wanted to apply to another company. That is when I decided that I should now make a portfolio where I can put all my best work so far. For a designer, a portfolio is a must. You need to have a portfolio where you showcase your best works, okay? And for that I started making my portfolio. I kept my best works in that. I also wrote case studies about those projects that I had worked on previously. And I also started writing blogs, and that is how I got the confidence, okay, maybe I can get a job somewhere else in a bigger company. So I started applying, and soon enough, after a couple of rejections, I was selected for this job at the current company where I'm working right now. Um, So that was quite a journey. I must say, I had never thought that I would get selected in such a huge company. And yeah, I would say that is all about my professional journey.
Okay, great. So, like, how do you feel the change in work? Like, you were working in commerce before, or you just studied that? Before the
Sorry.
before the lockdown, you were working in some commerce company, or is that just you studied commerce?
Oh, no, no, no. Actually, during the lockdown, when the lockdown just started, I was in my final semester. So I
Okay,
was writing the papers of my final semester, and I had already made up my mind that I'm going to leave this finance and go into
okay,
designing. So yeah.
okay, okay. So, which tutorials did you like? Like you said, you watched the tutorials for almost 3 months. Which was the best one?
I don't have any like tutorial in particular that I would want to recommend. I would just say just go for any basic tutorial. You start learning from any tutorial, and after a few hours of watching the tutorials on your YouTube, you'll start getting recommendations. Okay, so
Okay,
you can just select any tutorial which has quite a number of views, and then you can start watching those tutorials. That is how I started, I would say. I often hear people saying that, oh, I don't have enough money to buy paid courses. How should I learn? And I think and I believe that if you have that determination, then even YouTube can make you like
okay.
help you earn dollars.
Oh, so like you did not follow one particular trainer. You just
No.
picked up all the courses that came forward and you
Yeah.
did whatever you like.
Yes.
Okay. I've seen a lot of budding graphic designers. Like they buy courses on Udemy, Coursera. They
Yeah.
also follow some tutorials on YouTube. But after 1 month of training, the design doesn't improve. It is still as bad as it
Yes.
was. So
Yes.
what is that trick? How?
I would say the determination is the trick. If you are
Okay.
determined enough, then you won't even require YouTube tutorials. That is all I would say. Because when I during the lockdown, I was so determined of leaving the finance thing behind and getting into the designing that I was like, I would watch anything, I would learn from anybody that comes to help me. And I just started watching the tutorials without thinking, okay, so this guy is a good designer. He has made a lot of good designs or anything. I used to just watch those videos, and if I felt that those videos were helping me in any point, in, uh, even a little bit, then this video is worth watching. So that is how I started. YouTube video was really my thing, but that determination was also there. If you are not determined enough, then you cannot you
Okay.
cannot get into anything.
Okay. So it's just chasing it that helped you. No
Yes.
particular video, no particular tutorial. You just went on doing it and so you learned out
Yes.
of it. That's good. So like how is your day like when you when you are on a job? How many designs do you do per day or is it a team of people working on one design? How does it go?
Um, so I will not talk much about the previous company. I will talk about the current company where I am working. So there, how we work is there are several projects that we are working on, and people are divided into those projects. Okay, so let's say that I'm working on project A. Then I would only know about what's going on with project A. I would be given the requirements that are given to the seniors by the clients, and I would work on them. I would try to understand what the client wants for that project, and I would like start making colors, like going to the Pinterest and making mood boards, curating all the colors that I want for the that particular project, and I will try to curate all the fonts that I want for that project, and then I start making wireframes. That is how I generally start any project, and then I share those wireframes with the clients and with my seniors, and after the wireframes are approved, I start making the final um, designs for the UIs for those projects. And gradually, after a lot of edits, they are they are like put for the development thing. So yeah, that is I how I spend my day, just making one design and then again editing it and again making another, editing it. So yeah,
Okay.
that is how it goes.
Okay. So like when we are working on an IT project, we can people divide the modules. One person works on this module, other person
Yeah.
works on the other module. How does it go when you're working on a graphic design? Do you also divide it into modules, or this one person takes it around?
Yeah. At this company, we have two designers, including myself. Uh, I'm the mid-level designer, and I have another senior designer who helps me. So the work is divided among the two of us. Okay, so the very complex kind of stuffs are given to the senior designer, and then the senior designer gives me the works that he thinks that I would be able to do. So that is
Okay.
how the work is divided at our company right now.
Okay. So it's like between the two of you, you just hand over one something to the
Yeah.
other.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So like, what is your thought process when you take up a design? How do you, if suppose you're choosing the color palette for a particular given design, how do you go about it?
Okay,
What kind
so
of things do you look for?
yeah, so um, in designing, there's this thing called color theory. Okay, so color theory means when you look at a color, there is a certain emotion that arose inside of you, and that is how you select one color. When you see blue, you know it's cool, it's breezy, it's the color of water. That is what comes into your head, right? When you see green, you know that it's peace, nothing dangerous. And when you look at red, you know, oh, it's risky, it's dangerous. That is the kind of emotion that is evoked while looking at those colors, right? So let's suppose that I'm going to work on some healthcare related project. So I would obviously not select red for that project, right? Because I know red is the sign of danger, it's the sign of trouble, and we don't want that for a healthcare project. So I would maybe go for a blue or a green, right? So that is how I select the colors for the projects.
Okay. Similarly, like these are known design patterns and you follow them.
Yeah, if you are going to select colors, then you will follow the color theory. That is completely based on psychology. That is how you select the colors. When you go for typography, there are also the psychological factors over there, because I don't know if I will be able to explain you guys or not, because there are designing terms and jargons that only a designer would understand. But
Okay.
just know that in typography as well, there is the psychological factor that plays.
Okay. So these are identified kind of patterns that if you
Yeah.
want something, then you use serif fonts, otherwise use sans
Yes.
serif fonts, otherwise
Yes.
use in such a
Yeah.
situation use monospace and so on.
Yeah.
So these are already defined in graphic design and you pick them accordingly.
Yeah, and sometimes you can also eyeball like which font looks good. So yeah,
Okay.
you don't always need to follow the same pattern, but mostly the same pattern is followed.
Okay. But like this theory is very basic level. And when you
Yeah.
create an actual design, you need a lot more than just this theory.
Yes.
As I said,
Definitely.
many people know this theory, but they are not able to generate good design.
Yes.
So, what is that? It's just practice and hard work.
Yeah, I would say there is this trick for this one. I would tell you the trick. There is this website called Dribble. I don't know if you know about it not, but yeah, there's this website called Dribble. If you go on Dribble, you can find plenty of designs on that, the UI UX designs. And if a fresher want to learn the design, then I would say first thing they should know about the color theory, then the typography, then the design principles. After knowing these three, I would recommend them to go to the Dribble and try to copy those designs. I would literally tell them to steal those designs. If they have used the darker shade of pink, you use that darker shade of pink. You just copy that design. That is how you would learn the designing and how you would improve the designing thing.
Okay.
So
Copy for
just
your own sake.
steal,
You're not selling
just
them. You're not
steal
telling me to
those. Yeah,
sell. Yeah. You just copy for your own sake.
yeah. Not even copy. You like steal everything that's there on the
Okay.
internet that you find is good looking. You just steal it,
Okay.
and that is how you are going to learn.
Okay. That's interesting. So you said you have learned everything about graphic design only during the lockdown, after the
Yes.
lockdown started, and
Yeah.
within 2 years now you are an established graphic designer. Not even 2 years. It's 1.5 years, I guess. So where do you look at yourself maybe 5, 10 years down the line? Graphic design or maybe something more
Okay,
than that?
so I don't know about the 5 years thing, but if you are talking about the 10 years thing, then maybe I look myself as the CEO of my own design agency.
Wow, that's good. And why not 5 years? Why would it
Because
take
I
10
want to
years?
learn more. When I see like designers, my fellow designers around me, and I find my work really childish sometimes. I feel like I can improve a lot because there's always a room for improvement, right? So I want to learn more so that in the future I can teach the newcomers because they will look up to me, right? So I need to have that kind of knowledge with me. That is why
Okay.
I want to learn.
I saw your blogs on Medium. Really nicely written, given one each step-by-step process of how you came up with that design. So,
Um,
are
Thanks a
they only
lot.
on Medium or any other platform you use? There are 4 or 5 blogs on Medium.
Okay, so um, I am also an author. I have written two novels so far, and I have published them on this platform called Wattpad. I don't know if you have heard about it or not, but there is this platform called Wattpad, and I have written my stories and posted over there, and it has received over 2 million views already.
Wow,
So, so yeah, I was
that's it.
always into writing. I'm not that great of a writer, not literature wise, but then yeah, I love writing, and that is
Two
how
million
my
views
love
is
for
huge.
writing started.
2 million views is huge. What is
uh,
it? WordPad.
Wattpad is a story writing app,
Okay.
so I started
Okay.
first reading the stories, and after a few years, I was like, I should also write stories of my own, and I started writing
Okay.
stories, and they just hit millions of views.
Wow. So did you try selling on Amazon or something?
I do have a lot of offers, but I haven't gotten the chance to read them.
Oh, you didn't have time to read them.
Actually, I really want to focus on one thing first
Okay.
because I cannot put my legs on all the boards, right? So
Yes, yes.
I need to start doing one thing first.
Okay. That's interesting. I didn't know about this. So, are you going to pursue blogging further or you want to focus on design?
I'm going to completely focus on designing because designing is really something that I want to continue. And I look myself in the designing field for the coming years as well. I don't think I'll continue writing blogs or stories.
Okay. But your blogs were about design.
Yeah. Okay. So the another thing that I would want to share for the newcomers. So if you want to get into UI UX, so you should know how to write case studies because case studies are a must in our designing field. You need to have a portfolio, and you cannot just keep your project. Okay, so this is login screen, and this is how I made it. No, you should write why did you choose that color, why did you choose that specific font. that is how you write a case study. So you must learn how to write case studies. That's a
Okay.
must.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have written more case studies or you're writing more?
I do. I have a lot of case studies in my drafts. I just haven't
Or
gotten the chance to edit them and
publish?
post
Okay.
them. Yeah.
Okay. So it's in the backlog. Someday it will come out.
Yeah, it will definitely.
Okay. That's great. Okay, so suppose some newcomer to the industry, maybe some commerce graduate or like you, comes up to you and asks you for your advice. How should one make a career in graphic design? What are your
Okay,
tips?
so if they ask me for design specific advice, then I would tell them to uh, don't like hesitate. First of all, don't hesitate to change your career. That's the first thing. Because if not now, then when? So you need to start somewhere, right? So don't hesitate to change your career first of all. Then go to the YouTube. You don't mandatorily need the paid courses. That is what I would say. So watch YouTube tutorials, be determined that you want to learn. Because I have met a lot of juniors who are like, okay, I also want to get into this field, but they don't have that determination. After 1 month or 2 months, they just switch again back to their own careers. So don't be like that. And then you should have a portfolio. You should make a portfolio, write case studies. You should learn about the design principles, color theory, typography. And maybe if you have a chance, then you should also try your hands on front end coding. So that would be my design specific advice. And the philosophical advice would be to not give up and to just keep going. Because if not now, then when? That is what I would say. You should never give up. There will be time when you'll feel like, okay, is this what I really wanted to do? Should I stick to this designing field, or should I go back to my own career where I started? At that time, just believe in yourself, have faith. Because if you have chosen the field, if you have chosen to change your career, then maybe you are not happy with your previous one. That is why you wanted to change, right? So give it a try, don't give up, and just practice, practice, practice.
Great. Anything that you did not like about this field?
uh, and thing that I didn't like.
Or you like everything?
I don't know, because it hasn't been a long time that I have been in the industry, so I don't know much about what I don't like. Maybe later I would know, but as
Good.
of now, I
You
don't
did
have
not see
anything.
anything sparklingly bad. It's good so far.
Yeah, because I have fun every day going to the work. I love doing my job. I don't find anything that is not up to my expectations, or that is something that I don't like. I like everything about my
That's
work.
great.
I'm
That's really
happy.
nice. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, the final question is about women in IT because we can see all over the world very few women who are doing well in the IT industry, like very few who enter the IT industry.
Yeah.
I guess it would be the same in Nepal as well. So, did you have any problems entering the IT industry or graphic design, or is it just a matter of choice that people stay back? I was trying to understand why this happens.
Um, okay, so uh, I'll start from my family. So my family is really supportive, like whatever you want to do, you just go and do that. They are like very supportive. So I never felt any kind of discrimination in my house. And my brother was the one who pushed me, you should go in the IT field. um, when I went to this first company where I got the internship, right? So there's sometimes I used to feel that okay, they are trying to discriminate me because I'm a girl. Uh, but in the designing field, people have this conscious feeling, like they think that girls are better in designing.
No,
Like they feel that girls are not good at front end coding, they are not good at programming, but they are good at designing. So yeah, I think people don't discriminate girls in the designing field, but they really do discriminate in the programming and the coding sector. I
Okay.
have seen that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, do you advise something to the girls how they should tackle this problem, or just face it as it comes?
The only way to tackle this problem is by showing the people that you can do that job.
Okay.
You can do that job even better than their expectations. That is the only way you can shut them up.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. You have given a good overview of your journey. And starting in the lockdown itself, you started learning graphic design from a YouTube channels, and where you have come to such a distance in such a short time. That's really commendable. That's nice. Thanks a lot for your inputs. I'm sure
Thanks a
our
lot
audience
for
will
having
benefit.
me on the series. It was really a good experience. I was really excited for the interaction.